There are 4 different styles of communication. And today, I'm going to teach you all 4 styles. As you can see, my guy here, that tongue, it's like kung fu, because there are 4 different styles of communication. Let's begin. The first style of communication is called passive. When you have passive communication, you prioritize the needs of others. You're basically non-confrontational. This can lead to inadequate communication and being taken advantage of by others. The next style of communication is aggressive. When you have an aggressive communication style, you only focus on your own needs. This style of communication, you are definitely very argumentative, standoffish. You're often a bully, and you can come off as quite aggressive. Hence the term aggressive. Now, passive aggressive, you express aggressiveness indirectly. For example, you use subtle insults and sarcasm. Oh, here we go, y'all. Here we go. And you even use a tactic called the silent treatment. This is passive aggressive communication style. This is kind of my style sometimes. I noticed that because when I was younger, I got bullied a lot. So I would use subtle tactics to get back at the people who were bullying me. So this has been my speaking style for a while, but I'm learning it. I'm working on it. Now there's one style that is the best style. Assertive is the best style. For one, you express yourself openly and honestly. You also respect others, and you take responsibility for your actions and your communication without blaming others. This is why assertive is the best. You're probably wondering, why am I doing like kung fu references? I grew up on kung fu theater, and they always talked about having a style of fighting. So this is why I reference kung fu stuff with the 4 styles of communication. Now let's talk about how we can practice being a better communicator. Which style resonates with you? Leave me a comment. Let me know which one you think you are. And let's talk about how we can get to this level. For my passive communicators, one way you can work on being more assertive is by starting off with small stakes, like saying how you want to do something, how you would like to go to, say, a movie, and say what movie you want to see. Practice saying no to small requests, so that way it helps to set boundaries. Reflect on situations where you stayed silent and think about what you could have said. Work on building self-esteem and recognize that your opinion matters. Now let's talk about how we can work on the aggressive communication style. One way you can work on your aggressive communication style is by pausing before you react impulsively to whatever has been said. Practice empathy to understand how your words can affect others. Replace accusational statements with I feel or I statements instead of you always. Practice collaborative problem solving instead of trying to win arguments. See feedback from someone you trust about about your tone or even your body language to see if they are off or come off as aggressive. Now let's talk about the passive aggressive. One way to work on your passive aggressive communication style is by stopping and reflecting on the emotions that pop up whenever you are being silent. You can practice expressing your feelings directly without using sarcasm or backhanded compliments. Work on conflict resolutions head on. Build trust in relationships to feel safe when expressing your feelings and thoughts. Now let's talk about the assertive ways to practice. To practice assertive communication, you want to use I statements such as I feel or I think. This way you take ownership of your emotions and your thoughts. Practice active listening to understand before responding. Set clear boundaries and say no when necessary. And don't feel guilty about it. You can role play scenarios where you practice these techniques so that way it becomes more natural and feels good when you do it. And you always want to seek feedback from others that you trust about your tone and your body language. I know we all have our style of communication, but we don't have to stay in that style. The best style to be in is assertive, because when you are assertive, you come off as confident and people will respect you for the way you communicate. Be sure to like and subscribe. Leave me comments about what style do you communicate in, and how are you going to practice becoming an assertive communicator. Thanks again for being here. My name is James Moore Jr. Peace.